What's up, everybody? Mr. B here, and welcome to Modern Manhood with Mr. B. Today, I would like to talk about the value of competition and why I feel like as men, we should be embracing competition more, and even just on like a totally amateur level, like places where we have to pay to play. Like not all of us are going to be professionally paid athletes, but the skills that we learn in competition are absolutely necessary, in my opinion, to operating well within society. So, like when we think about competition, I am a martial artist by training, so I compete in open martial arts tournaments. And what I have gained from them is number one, a lot of confidence. So when you're demonstrating things like your kata, or even when you're getting ready to go out in the ring and fight another person, that takes a lot of faith in yourself, and it takes a lot of faith in your training and what it is that you're going to do in order to try and impress people and win some sort of accolades, and whether it's just a trophy or, personal validation or whatever it is, man, competition really is a breeding ground for confidence if we do it right. And competition can be hard. Competition is scary. There is a non-zero chance that you might lose. So I can understand that competing can give a fair amount of us a little bit of apprehension because we're putting ourselves out there, and the opportunity to get rejected by judges and everything else like that, or other competitors or other teams, exists. And so, but really, I think that that is an enormously valuable skill to be taking on. The ability to go out there and put yourself out there and have somebody tell you no, or to lose, in fact, is an enormous part of garnering confidence again for the next time. This also helps us develop a lot of resilience, because dude, man, you can't gain any resilience if nobody ever tells you no, if nobody ever says, I'm sorry, you're not the right person for the job, or, we thought your performance needed a little something extra in order to win that top spot. And so competition is enormously important for a ton of reasons. Another reason that I really like competition itself as a platform for helping us as men is it helps teach us preparedness. You have to do a lot to prepare for competition. You have to show up to practice. You have to try hard at practice. You have to make sure that your uniform is clean and tidy and ready to be presented to people that are going to, in fact, be judging and criticizing you. And so you're subjecting yourself to critique, and that, I think, is enormous for men. I think a lot of men need to be able to have the resiliency to take honest criticism, and competition is a way to do that. And I feel like it's some of the most honest and fair critiques that we will get. Other places, sometimes we just get critiques for the sake of getting critiques. Like, we're not getting critiqued by people who actively want to see us do better. I find that most people, whether it's a soccer ref or a martial arts ref or something like that, if they're taking the time to give you a critique, those are people that actually care about your success and want to help you get better. Your coach too. Your coach is going to give you a lot of critiques over the course of your tenure as whatever athletic it is that you are doing. And I mean, not even athletics. There's art competitions and writing competitions. Like, there's plenty of other competitions that we can be a part of in an effort to learn this resiliency and this preparedness that I'm talking about. Like, so we don't have to just relegate competition to athletics. We can devote our competitive spirit to academic endeavors as well. Like I said, there's poetry contests. There's any number of things that we can be doing. E-gaming, like if you're a gamer, you can actually compete in online tournaments and everything else like that. So there's a lot of ways for us to really foster good competitive spirit. And I want to talk about that as well. Like, I feel like competition should breed good sports. Okay. And good sportsmen, I think, are essential to being good, well-adjusted men. Like, if I'm a good sport, if I can lose graciously, if I can win graciously, if I'm not a pompous windbag because I've won a couple of tournaments and maybe I've got some, um, whatever it is behind me that is boosting up my ego. Like I feel like learning how to be a good sport is a really good trait for men to have. Like I said, the ability to lose with grace and come back and try again the next time. Also, like I said, the ability to win with grace. Don't gloat. Don't like congratulate your competitors. Congratulate your refs. Thank them for probably being a volunteer and everything else like that. And then again, learning to thank our critics. Like you're going to be up against other competitors who aren't the best sportsmen and feel like they lost for a no good reason, or when they win, they're going to gloat and they're going to rub it in your face. Like all of that helps us learn how to navigate social situations outside of outside of whatever arena that it is that we may or may not be competing in. And also, again, the genuine value of learning to take honest criticism, I think, is absolutely essential. I feel like a lot of us have gotten to the point where taking criticism is an absolute affront to our identity. And I don't think that it has to be that way. I think that when somebody genuinely takes the time to give you a critique, they do actively want to see you get better. They want to help you. And most critiques are coming from a place of wanting to help you, wanting to mentor you, and wanting to see you progress in whatever field it is that you're pursuing. And so, learning how to take that critique and then apply it is an enormously great skill for men to have, because whether or not we want to learn a trade or we want to go into the workplace or wherever it is that we want to do, we need to be able to take honest and valuable criticism and apply it as a means to better ourselves. And competition is the ultimate self improvement tool. It really is. Like, if you want to be successful, you need to learn to compete. You need to learn to compete against other job applicants. You need to learn to compete against coworkers who are also jockeying for places in the hierarchy, whatever it is that they're doing. If you're going to go into the trades, like, you need to compete for jobs. You need to compete for bids. You need to be able to be a businessman. You need to be able to take criticism from your clients in an effort to win more clients in the future. So I could talk ad nauseum about the benefits of competition. And I feel like a lot of us should be doing it and a lot of us should be embracing it for the reasons that we're afraid of. Mostly, okay, like, go into competition because it's scary, because you're putting yourself out there, because you're gonna lose a couple of times, and learn to foster that resilience, and learn to be more prepared, learn to learn how to appropriately prepare for whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so like I love competition for that reason, because you really have to put in some effort to be prepared just to show up. Like, you've got to make sure that you whatever like whatever it is that you're doing, your performance is ready. You've run enough drills. Like, if you're like in a team sport, you've prepared with your team in an effort to be successful. I mean, gosh, team sports, holy cow, I can't even tell you how important I feel like those are for men, to like learn how to operate within different roles with different people from different backgrounds, and to be able to put whatever differences you may or may not have aside in an effort to accomplish a goal. One of the things that I'm reminded of when I think about team sports is John Steinbeck's book, Bombs Away. Now, I know that is a huge propaganda piece for getting men to join the Air Force back in World War II, but I don't care. Like, he really touches on some really great and valuable points about how important it is that men from different walks of life and different parts of the country and have different values and different skill sets were really able to come together to produce one of the finest like crews and teams, the U.S. bomber squadrons, like, together. And I think I can't express how valuable that book is for me as a coach, to be able to coach different people and everything else like that, and help other young men who don't have the same experience as me, help them to be able to have the opportunity to succeed. As a mentor, we've got to know how to grow these people, and we've got to know how to help them operate in different situations and with different people. We don't all have, like, even if we're all talking about like white men, a lot of white men look the same, but we don't come from similar backgrounds. And so we've still got to be able to operate within realms of people that look like us but have different experiences, while simultaneously being able to experience, like be open to men that don't look like us and have different experiences. And this is really important because women have been making strong gains in the workplace and in school. We also need to be able to incorporate different bodies, female bodies, into our space, and they have different experiences as well. We need to be able to operate with them as teams. And so, no matter what it is, we've got to be able to genuinely put our manhood on the line. Sometimes to face disappointment in an effort to learn how to compete. Like competition breeds confidence. So like if there's a partner that you're chasing, like if there's a girl that you're trying to ask out, I can't even tell you, I wouldn't be here like with my wife, with my partner and my two kids if I didn't have the confidence that I fostered and I gained in competition. And so I just wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have had, I'm an introverted guy by nature. Like I'm shy by nature. And that confidence allows me to put myself out there in a way where I might have to face disappointment, face rejection, have somebody tell me no. I've recently been applying for a lot of digital creator positions, as a means to insulate myself and my business from downturns in the economy. Like I want to have like I would love to have a job. And you know what? Out of all of those applications, I haven't gotten a single yes. Okay. So like putting yourself out there for a job, putting yourself out there for a potential mate, like being able to face rejection and disappointment, that's manly. All right. But like I understand that we want to win, but like being able to really face your fears and step onto the playing field and step into the realm of competition, knowing that you might lose. Like there's a not zero chance. Like I'm sorry, like I've never met a competitor who hasn't lost yet. Okay, like so being able to do that, like that's real manhood. Okay, like that is real awesome. Like I am going to put my chin up. I'm going to stand up straight and tall, and I'm going to go do this knowing that I may or may not succeed. Okay. Like there, that like, I find that to be some of the most admirable traits in men that I admire personally across the spectrum. Whether it's authors, people who write, like guys, you got to think about how personal it is to put out a piece of like a book, right? Like that is an enormous vulnerability that you're exposing, to put out there in the world and have people either succeed or trash it. And a lot of people trash books, like good books too. And so I recently talked about my experience on Reddit. I put a kata out on Reddit and I got absolutely eviscerated in the comments. And I've since had to, like, I backed out. Like I got scared. Like the comments made me feel awful about myself. And I pulled out of Reddit for a little while, but you know what? I'm back in there because I believe in taking your licks and facing negativity, like standing up to critics and bullies and everything else like that we're going to encounter. Like that is the masculine quality that we should be looking for, not the toxic thing of I always win, I'm number one, I'm an alpha, look at how strong I am. Like look, be strong, be present, make yourself seen, do all that stuff, but do it in a way that doesn't make people think that you're a jerk, that doesn't make people think that you're just like, who's this guy, I don't want to talk to this guy, he's going to talk about himself the whole time. All right, like inspire conversations, inspire greatness through your own example, and show people that you can get down and dirty and get in the muck and get in the mire, and you're not afraid to be the man in the arena. Like you know, be that guy. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate any of you who took the time to jump on. If you ever have any questions during these live streams, we try to post every single Friday. I'm gonna be live from Germany next Friday, as I prepare for a competition, my first international competition, hoping to bring home a world title. So, anytime you guys have any questions, or if any of you found any value, I'd love it if you shared our content. And until next time, guys, train hard, fight fast, score first. Asai.